Hey everybody, it's the summer of 1271, and this is Way to Fail, and we are back playing more Lords of the Realm 1, a Viewer's Choice Edition. And what we are doing right now is we are sitting in Suffolk on half rations, hoping we can get better mercenaries than the Flemish crossbowmen. They hit hard, but they have very short range, and you don't want that when you're trying to take over or fight another army that's pretty much just a swarm of people, because they'll overwhelm you if you try and take over a county. But hopefully we'll be able to show some military action today on my part, because the land grab of the game is starting here. We have the Countess starting to move in on a county, specifically Wiltshire. We have the Baron starting to move in on Cheshire. So we've got to get an army of some kind soon, or the land's going to start to be gobbled up before I can get a taste. So here we go. The Earl is moving in as well. The Countess, yeah, she goes ahead and takes first blood here, and the Baron's probably well on his way too. So there we go. Pretty much right now we have we're at a county disadvantage now, and we are just looking at our place saying, can we have any good mercenaries come by? Unfortunately, storms do damage to our crops yet again. I'm going to go back on normal ration because we still have 119. That's not great, but that's going to be maybe enough for us. But I forgot about all those cow diseases we have. Our dairy's not up where I was hoping it'd be. So no mercenaries this time. I do have 700 gold, so that's gonna, or crowns, excuse me. So that is gonna be enough to do something. So let's get as few shepherds as you want. Unfortunately, sheep are just gonna die sometimes. And let's see here, 63. Let's get another cow growth. And let's go ahead and get here. I can't recover a field, it looks like. Yes, I can. So I can get close to having there. If I miss a few grain, 114 instead of 119 is not ideal, but getting the other field is way more important, because you want to improve your crop rotation rating, and fertility is as high as it's going to get. But the more fields available, the sooner I can move on to doing other things, because we're trying to transition out of the early game now. Getting mercenaries will greatly facilitate that, because I fully expect the Earl to take Middlesex, and he does. Middlesex. And the Knight is starting to move in as well. And the Knight is going to be taking... So now both my neighbors, my north and my south neighbor, and the Baron are all going after counties. Pretty much it's me and the Bishop sitting on one place. Lincolnshire is probably going to follow the Knight. He usually conscripts gigantic armies early. So now it's kind of my little bubble could collapse on me a little bit if I'm not careful. So more storms, more crop damage. You see that our harvest dropped a lot, so that sucks. Still no merchant. Swedish swordsman. It's not ideal. I'd like to get more than 150 swordsmen, but I can't really choose at this time what I'm going to do. So I think I'll probably, like in 2 turns, get Irish Spearmen again, which is 400 people for less price. But let's go ahead and start first by putting 180 people there. We're going to get some stuff up there, and we're going to go ahead and hire some mercenaries. I want you all to see some combat, and I want you to see it early. So we are going to just go ahead and check our surroundings. Probably the best county to take first is Cambridgeshire, and then we'll probably, I'm not sure, I could move to Essex, but that'll pretty much ask for a border war with the Earl. So I may go for Norfolk instead. It may be better for me to try and take out the Knight, because I can out-econ the Knight. I can't necessarily out-econ the Earl, and I'll tell you a little bit about what that means when we get there. But pretty much I can build up a pretty good economic advantage between money and being able to sustain my forces. So we are in fact going to hire these Swedish swordsmen for 700 crowns. So there we go. Swordsmen are really good units, but I'm going to support them with 50 peasants as well. That'll help with my population issues just a little bit. So we're going to raise this army. It's 10% of my population, and you'll see my happiness, happiness drop 2. Why? Half rations in part, but conscription as well. And I like to conscript in winter if I can, because that does mean the harvest is over. But you see, my people are eating less food now. But we're still going to try and plant some more, just because we want to get as many people as possible. We're still going to get more wool. We're still going to get more cows. So from the looks of it, I should be able to sell some wool next time I get a merchant and buy some beer to make it up. I say should. But another thing to keep in mind is that once you raise an army, especially with mercenaries, that means you have to feed those people in the county as well. If you have people foraging there, they eat your food as well. So you can starve out people just by leaving your army there, or if I'm irresponsible doing that. But here's our army. I don't know if I can view them right here. There's Failkeep, the castle I built last time. So let's look at our morale. They have good morale, which is nice. They have mixed health. It's probably partially good morale because they're mercenaries mostly. If it was just my conscripts, there would be a lot of bitching and complaining. We're going to move them to this county, and you're going to see there's going to be an envoy to possibly welcome us. He says, "Your intrusion to our county is unwanted. Please withdraw." So that's kind of a stern greeting. I think they're at a position of strength right now. They only have one house, so it's not a big county. It's not like this county that has 3 houses. The more houses you have, the more people you have. So my goal is probably going to be to take this, then Norfolk, and try and consolidate 3 counties to start with. Which means I don't want the Earl to really mess with me too much. So what I'm going to do is actually send my first message of the game. And let's send a flattering message here. As I don't know if you can hear my dog in the background sort of quietly barking. I don't know what's up with that. But yeah, let's go ahead and just delete this. "Oh dear good and great lord, blah 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 blah." You can send this message and it'll be about the same, but that's kind of boring. So let's see here. Is that my dog snoring, or is he trying to... Sorry, I don't mean to look at that. I may have to pause and deal with something, but we're going to send something to the Earl real quick and just says, "My dog thinks your boots smell like foxes?" Question mark. Most awkward thing I can think of, apparently, is the first thing that comes to mind. But since it's a flattering message, hopefully he'll listen. You kind of want to butter people up before you get to them. So there we go. Notice here, I'm trying to make nice with the Earl, because I don't want to have a southern border war when I'm definitely going to have a fight with the Knight here in a little bit. Let's see. Notice one more time here too, I have no troops in there. I could actually park this army in there and try and weaken them by pushing the scales and having their population have to support this as well, but considering I want to take over the county, that's a strategy I'm actually going to save for some other time. So let's just intern. And we're going to see if we can actually take a county. The Knight... Oh, that is so bizarre. Okay, I didn't get a response from the Earl. I don't know how I feel about that. But the Knight, usually the AI in Yorkshire goes after this county first. He is actually going for Nottinghamshire of Robin Hood fame. And you can see Nottingham Forest. I don't know what that's all about. Usually you don't see people off-road like that unless this county just looks super strong. I don't know. But we are going to... I don't have a merchant here, which isn't ideal. But I'm actually going to give some interesting marching orders here. He's going to try and fortify this area. Let me go ahead and take this guy, and we're going to move you north. So let's attack the county first. Yay, we get to see mortal combat. 200 yeomen of Suffolk versus 251 people of Cambridge. Let's take charge of the battle. You can't auto this stuff, and... Okay, that's interesting. We have a swampy boggin on the field. We have multiple people here, and you can change your view. The PE means peasants. I have some peasants and I have some swordsmen. The hearts here are for morale. Morale is another reason I like Lords of the Realm 1 over 2, because Lords of the Realm 1 has a morale system. You can actually make the enemy eventually poop their pants and they'll run. Lords of the Realm 2, it's pretty much a... if you have the superior forces, you can always win. Although the combat's a little more tactical, it's not super complicated. But I am actually going to use some trickery here. I'm going to move my peasants down here. I'm going to move my other army down here, and I'm going to make them walk through the bogs. This would actually be a really good fight to have archers on. But my goal here is just to slow this army down. If that means I have to maneuver over and around, that's okay. I'm going to take my time here. Okay. Now the reason I'm having them do this, and this is a little gamey, I know. But what this is going to do is to split up their army. They have those nice formed units, and now they don't. They're just stuck in the mire. And what it's going to really allow me to do is to take advantage of their lack of positioning here. Each unit equals 10 men. And all we're going to do is have our little 50-person meat shield here start, and then have our swordsmen try and clean up. So let's go ahead and just pause real quick. And I want to wait for it. I'm kind of just doing the, I don't know what you call it, the strategic waiting. We're just going to go ahead and move everybody. Oh, we didn't want to move everybody all like that. I guess we will. I guess we can move in for an attack. Well, let me go ahead and start by getting you guys just kind of right there. So we want our swordsmen ready to engage as well. Otherwise the meat shield strategy doesn't work too great. So we're just going to go ahead and have them ordered to attack. It splits up the ranks a little bit. But let's see here. We're going to have a bog fight. So we'll see how this goes. Pretty much as soon as they get out of the muck and mire, they're going to run into my guys. You can see my peasants are already a little unhappy. How are my units? I still have 150 swordsmen. I have 48 peasants. So right now I am doing a good job taking them on. Swordsmen are the strongest melee unit in the game. They're very well balanced. They have good attack. They have really good defense. And so far my swordsmen are surviving. My peasants are actually getting a little more morale as well, so they're being well supported, and everyone gets to play in the mud, and how fun is that? So let's hear it. I still haven't lost a swordsman yet. Hopefully I won't. Because before I take on a county, I'm going to actually send another 50 peasants over this way, ideally. Oh, lost a swordsman. Now their morale's going down, so these people are probably going to run in a moment. And you're not going to be able to see what running looks like that well because we're in a bog. But once their army gets down to about 40, I'm going to offer quarter. Because I'm fighting a county to take it over, they're probably going to say no. But fortunately, most of my losses are peasants, even though it's never great to have losses. But that's because I want to have my swordsmen. They're the backbone of my army. I've lost 4, which isn't that great. But let's see, offer quarter, and they'll fight to the last man. Now you can sometimes offer quarter multiple times, and they'll eventually take it, but usually when you're trying to take counties, they are fighting for their freedom, even with 0 morale. So let's hear. Lost another swordsman. Sucks. But they're just about dead. Hopefully. Oh, okay, yeah. So my army's a little smaller. I will send 50 over to try and 50 more peasants to try and help them out. So let's hear. Can we finish this battle without losing more people? Now it's my people poking at you in the bog versus not. Offer quarter to these 4 people. They will fight till the end. 300 style. Not that there's a bazillion other examples. And what are you swords doing? Okay, apparently my swordsmen were just running into the bog like they were having a grand old time. But let's hear. I lost 24 of them, 24 men. Most of them were peasants. And I was able to preserve my swordsmen. Not all fights are going to go that well. But see, getting some mercenaries really bolstered my forces, and now I have Cambridgeshire, a new county. Now, Cambridgeshire is getting screwed right now because they are on quarter rations, and they have to support 176 troops there as well. And I killed a bunch of their population because they were trying to defend their land. So notice they went from, well, okay, they still went from 500 to 500. They just sowed a lot of grain. So they're not bad. The problem is that their economy is, or their food production is not very diversified. So I've got to get these people out of here fast. And I got to take care of some stuff here as well at home. So fortunately, we have Mr. Goldpenny, who looks very pissed off, even though I'm about to drop a bunch of money on his face. News from Devon, there's no castle in the county, could easily be captured. Thanks, bro. I have 39 wool, so let's go ahead and dump all of that. And notice I get 1,000 crowns. Any other mercenaries to hire? No. But if I'm going to keep an eye out now because I do want more mercs, if possible. And let's see here, ale. As your population gets higher, it gets less effective, but getting 3 happiness is important. So let's see here. I'm going to need to actually do a few things here. I'm going to buy 10 cattle, or 15 cattle. And 5 of those cattle are going to stay here, 10 are going to go to my neighbor. I'm going to buy some more grain. I'm actually going to buy a lot of grain. I think 100 is a reasonable amount. Now 100 grain, part of that's for me to survive and keep on normal rations. I'm actually going to send... Let's see here. Actually, you know what? Let me blow another 100 crowns on grain here, just to make sure I have enough. Because if I'm eating 13 per, part of that's because I'm going to be sending some moo cows out. Let's go ahead and send the care package, actually, because this is an important thing to do. This is why you don't want to overexpand super fast. I'm going to be sending, let's send over 80 grain, and let's send over, oh, not that many cows, not that few cows. 10 cows, 80 grain, send the shipment. And that'll go in the middle of the turn. It's not going to get there immediately, which sucks. But I should be able to survive whatever else is going on. My population went up quite a bit. I'm not getting any immigrants yet, so that's totally from birth rate. But hopefully the weather can hold out. So let's see here. My food production, I bought some cattle. Those 5 cows help make up for the multiple turns of cow disease, and I'm going to expand my fields here just a little bit. And we will try and add to our animal population and continue. Ooh, we're actually going to clear another field, so that's great. All in all, a good turn. I will want to send 50 peasants to bolster my neighbor here, but hopefully I'll be able to buy some ale for my neighbor next turn too. Because right now, ooh, you know what? That county looks like such a juicy target, because I could try and take it totally before the knight does, but I don't think I could go up here and take on the knight just with what I have. I'd love to take him out really early. But he's going to march on this county and possibly take it. So look, I'm part of the land grab now. I have 2 counties. Yay me. And oh shit, there's no merchant there. Oh shit, there's no food. Why is there no food? Because they're having to... Oh my god, more Swedish swordsmen. I can't afford them. That'd be great to add. Actually, no, it wouldn't be great to add, because you cannot add more than 1 mercenary troop to your army, even if they are of the same kind. So they are of great morale. We're going to go ahead and get these guys out of the county. And we're not going to attack this county yet. We're just going to park right next to it. And they want our intentions to be peaceful. That's the plan. I'm just going to try and... you know, I probably could have taken it with a merchant right there right now, but I'm not going to. I just gotta hope that those supplies get there in time and those guys can eat it, because that county actually is larger than mine, than my home county. So maybe I should have sent more cows, I don't know. But we are going to park on this county and see if we can weaken them just a little bit, because I think the army they're going to be able to produce is bigger than what I can help with. In fact, what I'm going to do here is a little tricky. Not that tricky, though. I'm going to take 50 people, and notice I hurt my happiness again, but I'll survive. And we're going to send those 50 people up through this way, not through the other county. And as much as I want to jump in Essex and say, hey, are you all okay? I'm going to send these guys up to Norfolk, and I'm going to bolster this army before I take this county. So please, please survive without throwing me out. I don't like having no rations. But there's not a lot I could do in that situation. So the knight's moving, and he's actually pillaging a house. What a douchebag. That killed a lot of people. Even though I could do the same thing to try and weaken that county just to take it, but then they will hate me. So I have people revolting in my county, which does not surprise me because they have not been able to eat. So happiness of -6. How many revolters? 130 freaking 7 people. And I lost 192 people to Lincolnshire. Well, that's exciting, because that means now I have to chase down my people who are trying to eat here, but I can go on normal ration, which is good, and I will be able to survive this. I don't know if I'll be able to get a full harvest, and I gotta put cattle ranching in there, but at least I'm gonna bounce back. I'm not gonna be able to get everything because my population died, but I'll get close. More importantly, I can get some ale and get my happiness back up. So I'll be able to support my town. Alright. I'm actually not going to worry too much about those foragers just yet. If they start destroying stuff, I will. But for now, this army has another job, which is to wait to be reinforced. What I don't want to do... Let's see here. If I can take them out, that'll save me a step, but I can't reach them this turn. That's the thing. So I'll park them here. Because if I can get to a point where I can chase them down and take them out in one turn and go in and out of the county, I will do that. I am going to go ahead and keep my military presence in this county. I know it's great because they feel like they're getting eaten all the time, but this is part of the interesting county management on higher difficulties, is that you got to really watch all this crap going. So let's see here. We want to be able to feed all of our people. We are going to have a good harvest, so let's buy some more cattle. I think 5 cattle is plenty. 4 for grain is a good price, but I've seen better prices from that guy. So let's go ahead and get 2 cow fields. Wow, suddenly we need 60 people. So our harvest is not going to be as good as I was hoping. But that's okay, because my people are not eating as much grain, and they still are going to be getting 172, possibly. So this county, popular wedding, much festivity, rain bad for ripening, good for growing. So that sucks, because we have dropped down to 149. Now you may notice that there is plenty of menu management throughout this portion of the game. When you get enough counties, it becomes viable to turn on the steward to have him auto-manage things. But right now I'm going to stick with this, and I think that's my next to last field, so I can worry about that next turn. For now, I just really want to get this grain, especially if I need to send it to an adjacent county. So, let's see here. Am I going to be able to survive this with 172 harvest? I'm not really going to be spending the crowns on too much else, so let's get 18 more sacks of grain, because I don't like the idea of those pillagers wandering around unburdened. And I don't know why there aren't cattle fields showing up. There better be next round. So there's the Earl. He is consolidating something. He may be marching north. And I have officially no idea what the Knight's doing now. He is going for an entirely bizarre strategy that I don't know what it is. And cool. Those revolters can just go into that county and do whatever they want. As long as it's no business of mine. Funny how that works, that they're just like, oh good, we'll eat here, this is great, why don't you just move? So there we go. Winter. Notice these guys aren't having to feed anybody. They have ill health, so we're going to put them on double ration, because I can for a little bit, and we're going to take down some of these fields. Actually, I don't think we need that many fields. I will keep 2 up. No, I won't. I'm just going to keep 1 up, because this is now a very small county. And the people are dying. I think they need more things than just having to, I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Probably something interesting or clever, but I'm not going to plant 16 grain because that's not going to do a great deal of good. They have good fields though, so I'll just put them all as serfs right now. Okay. Because I do need 150 people to actually be able to hit that harvest. So mercenaries, no. Let's go ahead and move you over here. And I'm not going to attack this county just yet. I'd love to attack it when there's a merchant there. So, can I combine my armies? Yes. So here we go. I'm not going to attack the county yet. No. But I am going to combine armies. So what do we got? 82 peasants, the giants. And we can't disband this army because there are mercenaries here. And because they've already taken their move this turn. But their morale's good. We have over 200 people. So let's see here. We do have a merchant here, and we have an even worse harvest than I was hoping for. So that sucks. We're going to really try planting a little harder this year, guys. And maybe the weather will hold out. Let's go ahead and drop. I think 22 is a safe attempt, because we do have enough grain with our cattle production here, and we're going to recover a field too, which is pretty awesome. So here we go. Old Georgie boy, do you got any news for me? The turnovers of the lower Walloon have flared up again. Flared up. I don't know what that means. You say stuff that makes no sense all the time. Notice how much his ale prices have gone up just in general. Let's see here. I can actually only afford to buy one. Which is a little odd, but that's because I don't have wool to sell just yet. And I guess I should save my money for maybe other counties that might need it more, but I didn't. So, there we go. Countess is on the move this way. Looks like she's going to be trying to take on the bishop, who is happily playing the turtle game. I officially have no idea what the knight's doing. I know he is going to be trying to take out this county. I just hope the revolters... Okay, so the revolters are just going to sit there and say, let us in, because the revolters can't actually attack. So let's see here. Damage to crops, bad for livestock. And we're going to stay on double ration at least one more turn. Did I lose any livestock to the storms, though? See, they don't have any damage there. They don't have any destroyed here. So we're just going to... I could probably get some sheep here as well. Or I could start training these people to start mining, but I'm going to hold off on that for just a little bit because I want to be able to get a good harvest here. So, oh boy, Danish swordsmen. Those are the ones that I really like to hit. Unfortunately, I won't be able to, at least this turn. So, can I actually run through this county and back into another county where people can eat? Yes. Yes, I can. So what I'm going to do here with these guys then is a little bit of a different strategy. We'll see how it works out. What I'm going to do is actually... I'm a little concerned about what the Earl's doing right here, but I don't want to just take Essex. I want to take Norfolk. And I think my first focus is going to be for the night. I'm going to go ahead and send the Earl another message, and I'm going to say... This time I'm going to say something maybe a little objectively nicer, like... Do you like Sudoku? I like it. Yes, I do. I am not good at role-playing, apparently. So there we go. I'm just going to go ahead. I want to wait for a merchant to be here, so I'll probably wait to attack the dude there, or if not, I'll just wait until next autumn, perhaps. I think that's the right time to attack. So the Earl, apparently he's going the other way. Maybe he doesn't trust my flattering messages. I don't know. I don't like that he just up and turned around when he got a message from me. Maybe he knows that he doesn't like Sudoku, and that's getting in his face. So the knight just took over stuff. The bishop just finished his castle. Am I going to have to ally with the knight here? So the Earl... You are too kind with your eloquent words. We shall ever be good friends. Oh, very best friends fun crowd. Okay. So that guy's going to get pincered in just a moment, probably. That's fine. He's still eating in other areas. So good for growing. We're going to turn off double rations because I have a feeling this place is going to need it in a moment. We actually need herders here. So here we go. Farmers, not too much. And let's see here. Wolves. So our happiness is not that great. And I think this is a decent time to end it. My army is poised to strike, but this is not the right season to strike. But pretty soon we're going to be looking at possibly a conflict with the Earl. I don't like that movement down there, unless he's going for Kent. It's possible that we'll be fighting the Knights soon, but next episode we're going to start by taking Norfolk and seeing if we can consolidate our lands up here. So this is Way to Fail, playing even more Lords of the Realm. Hope you all enjoyed it, and I will see you all next time.